Mabuhay! This is Ma'am Alia May Brehino, and today we will have a review on conversion, significant figures, and scientific notation. First, let's have a review for the conversion of metric units. As a guide for your computations, remember this table and the values and the letters that are included with it. Also, take note that the base unit right here can be grams, meters, or liters. Understood? Okay. Let's go with number 1. We are asked to convert 3.5 kilograms to decigrams. First, let's locate kilo, deci, and grams on the metric table. We all know that the base unit here can be grams, and then for kilo, we have 10 raised to 3, and then for deci, we have 10 raised to negative 1. So we use the exponents for kilo and deci. So 3, then subtract it by negative 1, we got the value of 4. Then we use the value of 4 as the exponent for 10, which is equals to 10,000. So, para saan po ma'am yung 10,000? Yung 10,000 ay para sa relationship na ilalagay natin sa ating solution for the conversion. So, to write the relationship, we have 1 kilogram is equals to 10,000 decigram. Afterwards, you need to do the factor label method for solving. So, the first thing that you need to write is the only numerical value in the given, which is 3.5 kilogram, and then afterwards you write the fraction. So in the numerator, you will write 10,000 decigram over 1 kilogram. Bakit po yung kilogram is nasa denominator? Since kailangan natin makancel itong dalawang unit na to, yung kilogram, para ang natirang unit na lang is yung decigram. Kasi ayun yung hinahanap natin. Naiintindihan? So we cancel it. And the final answer will be, if you divide 10,000 decigram to 1 and then multiply it by 3.5, we will have an answer of 35,000 decigram. Nakuha? Nakuha. Okay. Take note, the same process for converting are applicable to the following metric units under length, volume, and mass. So, the same process, the same procedure that we performed earlier on this number can be applicable for converting the following metric units. So, if lalabas yan sa exam nyo, same process lang yan dito. Okay? Okay. Now, we will proceed for the conversion of time. Okay? So, for the conversion of time, you should remember these relationships. Okay? You should memorize it since it is important to know the following. Dahil kailangan yan sa ating solution. Okay? For number 2, we are asked to convert 525,600 minutes to days. So similar with what we did earlier, we should write first the relationship. So what is the relationship for this one? The relationship is 1 day is equals to 1,440 minutes. And then we write the only numerical value that we have in the given, which is 525,600 minutes over, since minutes yung unit dito, kailangan yung denominator natin same na minutes. So dito natin ilalagay yung 1,440 minutes. And then sa numerator natin ilalagay yung 1 day. You got it? So afterwards, we cancel the unit. So if we cancel the unit, ang matitira na lang is yung unit na day. Since ayun naman talaga yung hinahanap natin, right? And then, when we solve it, 1 day divided by 1,040 multiplied by 525,600, we will got an answer of 365 days. So, 525,600 minutes is equals to 365 days. Okay? You got it? Got it. Now we will proceed to the conversion of temperature. For the conversion of temperature, it is a need to remember the following formulas. Dahil ayan ang liligtas sa inyo. Also, you need to remember these 2 bullets right here. It says that for the first bullet, you should not have a decimal point on your answer. Kailangan walang decimal point ang sagot mo. And then for the second bullet, you don't need to round off your answer. Naintindihan? Okay, so let's proceed to practice exercise number 3. We are asked to convert -6 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So we use this formula right here. degrees Celsius is equals to 5/9, and then we substitute the value of degrees Fahrenheit, which is -6 degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 degrees Fahrenheit. When you operate this, kindly follow PEMDAS, okay? Alam niyo naman kung ano yung PEMDAS, so kindly follow that para maging tama yung sagot niyo. Naintindihan? And then, if we compute it, for instance, 5/9 times -6, we will got -3.33 minus 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and our answer will be -35.33. This is our calculated answer, but I have a note right here that you should not have a decimal point and you should not round off your answer. So, our final answer will be -35, since dapat wala siyang decimal point, and then hindi natin siya kailangan i-round off. So, lagay lang natin yung unit, and then here is our final answer. Tapos na tayo sa conversion. Ngayon naman, pupunta tayo sa significant figures rules. So, let's review very quickly, okay? For number 1, I have an example. So, 67,162 kilogram. If we follow the number 1 rule, na any digit that is not 0 is significant, so we will have 5 significant figures. Next, for number 2. For number 2, it states here that zeros between non-zero digits are significant. So, if we have this example, take a look that the 0 here is sandwiched between 5 and 7, which are non-zero digits. We have 5 significant figures. For number 3, okay? So, for number 3, in short, the leading zeros are not significant. What do you mean by leading zeros? Ayun yung mga zeros na nasa unahan. Sila yung nangunguna. So, for instance, 0.00018. There are only 2 significant figures here since leading zeros are not significant. Okay? Next, for number 4, let us take this example. 4.00930. So, if a number is greater than 1, before the decimal point, then after the decimal point, all zeros are significant, regardless of the rules. So, since 4 is greater than 1, so we have 6 significant figures. Then for number 5, it is the opposite of number 4. So, if we have 0.00430, there are only 3 significant figures. Why? Since the value before the decimal point is less than 1. So, only the zeros na nasa dulo and the zeros that are sandwiched are the only significant. Okay? For number 6, trailing zeros in a number are only significant if the number contains a decimal point. So, if I have this value, 800, there is only 1 significant figure. But, if I have this value, 8.10, there are 3 significant figures. What if this is the given? This is a monetary value. So, we have an exception for it. If monetary value, regardless if you have a decimal point or not, you will count all of this as significant. So we have 3 significant figures. Understood? Understood. Okay, the same goes with scientific notation. For example, I have 8.40 times 10 raised to 6. So this one have 3 significant figures. Why? Since aside for monetary value, we have an exception for scientific notation. Okay, so regardless if you have decimal point or regardless the rules for 0, this is significant. So we have, again, 3 significant figures. Okay? Okay. Now that we are done reviewing the significant figures rules, we are now proceeding to its operation. So for number 1, we are asked to add 1,500.6 liters 12.12 liters, and 0.80 liters. So following the rules for addition and subtraction of significant figures, it states that the answer should have the same number of decimal places as the least precise measurement. So, kung ang usapan ay less precise measurement, isa-isahin natin ang given. So for 1,500.6 liters, it has a 1 decimal place. For 12.12 liters, it has 2 decimal place. Then for 0.80 liters, it has 2 decimal place also. And then the least accurate measurement is 1,500.6 liters since it only has a 1 decimal place. So ayan na yung pagbabasihan natin for our final answer later. So assuming na add na natin lahat itong given na yan. So this one, na-add na natin. So our calculated answer, remember, calculated answer pa lang is 1,513.52 liters. So, ayan yung nakuha nating sagot sa pag-a-add nitong tatlong value na yan. Okay? Pero, hindi pa dyan natatapos. Okay? Since, sa final answer natin, kailangan ma-apply natin itong rule na nakasulat sa taas. Kanina, we determined already the value in the given that has a least precise measurement, which is 1,500.6 liters. So, our final answer should only have a 1 decimal place. So for this, we have 1,513.5. Since less than 5 itong 2, hindi na natin siya kailangan i-round up. Okay, so this is our final answer for number 1. Okay? For number 2, we are asked to multiply 0.49638 meters by 23.2 meters. So following the rules for multiplication and division of significant figures, it states that the answer should have the same number of significant figures as the measurement with the fewest significant figures. So, ang usapan dito is significant figures or significant digits. Okay? So, isa-isahin ulit natin ang mga given. So, for this one, yung 0.49638, it has 5 significant figures. While for 23.2, it has 3 significant figures. So, ano yung fewest na SF? Ang fewest na SF is yung 23.2 meters. So, ayan yung pagbabasihan natin for our final answer later. Again, assuming na we already multiplied the given. So, if we multiply 0.49638 meters by 23.2 meters, we will have a calculated answer of 11.51616 meter squared. So, bakit po naging meter squared? Remember, when multiplying units, we add the exponents. In this case, we're multiplying meters by meters. So, imagine, yung exponent dito is 1, then exponent dito is 1. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. So, we have meter squared. Ma'am, sa addition and subtraction po ba, kailangan iganyan din po yung exponents? Hindi na po. Copy and paste lang po sa addition and subtraction. Okay? For multiplication and division, doon lang may gagawin sa unit. Okay? Doon lang may gagawin sa exponent for the unit. Understand? Understand. For our final answer, if we applied the rule that is written above, we have 11.5 meter squared. Since yung fewest significant figure na meron tayo is 3. And this is our final answer. Nakuha? Nakuha. Okay. For division, I will now leave it to you. So, i-practice nyo sa papel para ma-apply nyo yung na-review natin for today. Okay? But take note of the following. Okay? Dito naman sa division, ang gagawin mo doon sa exponent, i-divide mo siya. Understand? Kasi diba kanina, yung exponent for our answer, minultiply natin for multiplication. For division, i-divide natin siya. For instance, ang given natin dito is meter divided by seconds. Ang mangyayari dyan, kung hindi naman siya pwede i-cancel or i-divide, ilalagyan lang natin ng slash. Okay? So, pause this video para ma-solve nyo. Okay? Na-solve na. So, ang calculated answer natin dapat dito is 20.3939, so on and so forth. And then, our final answer, since 3.3 yung merong fewest significant digits, So, dapat, yung final answer ko, dalawa lang yung significant digits. So, we have 20. Then, for the units, i-divide lang natin siya. Since hindi naman siya pwedeng makancel, maglalagay lang tayo ng slash. So, gram per milliliter. So, this is our final answer. Understood? Understood. Let us proceed to the last part of our review for today. So the last part is about scientific notation, but first, let us discuss the conversion of decimal notation to scientific notation. Okay, I have an example here. So my example is 0.00000618. So in order to convert it to scientific notation, there are rules, and the rules are on your left. Okay? So for number 1, we need to locate the decimal point. So the decimal point is right here. Okay? And then shift the decimal point to the right or left until there is only one non-zero digit to its left. So para magtira tayo ng non-zero digit sa kanyang left, kapag naging scientific notation na siya, ito yung target natin, yung 6. So i-move natin dyan until na ma-reach ng decimal point after the 6, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ilang beses natin minove para makarating yung decimal point after the value of 6? 5. So, we write it as 6.18 times 10 raised to 5. But hindi pa dyan natatapos. Kailangan, ma-determine muna natin ano yung sign ng exponent. If positive ba or negative. Ang sabi dito, sa rule natin is, when you move the decimal point to the right, the exponent is negative. And to the right natin, minove yung decimal point. So, it is negative 5. So, this is our final answer. Nakuha? Klaro? Okay. For converting scientific notation to decimal notation naman, let me have an example. So, 9.5 times 10 raised to 4. Okay, let's rewrite 9.5 here. Okay, our first step is to determine the exponent. The exponent right here is 4. Okay, then we move the decimal point based on the exponent. And ang exponent natin is positive. And ang sabi dito, if positive, move the decimal point to the right. Okay, so to the right natin, i-move ang decimal point. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ilang zeros dapat to? 1, 2, 3. So, our answer should be 95,000. You got it? Got it. Now, we will proceed to the operation of scientific notation. And this one is for addition and subtraction. For addition and subtraction, all you're gonna do is to equalize the exponent. So, for number 1, we have 7.1 times 10 raised to 6 minus 4.1 times 10 raised to 5. So, to equalize, ang lagi nating pipiliin is yung may lower value na exponent, which is yung 5. So, all we need to do is to move this decimal point to the left. Okay? So, 0.41 times 10 raised to 6. So, pansin nyo, equalize na sila, di ba? Ang next natin na gagawin is to add or subtract coefficients. But this time, we subtract it. So, 7.1 minus 0.41 is equals to 6.69. And then, don't forget to apply the rules for significant figures. Okay? So, if we apply the rules for significant figures, our final answer will be 6.7 times 10 raised to 6. Ayan. Bakit po naging 6.7? Di ba kanina, ang sabi natin, kapag subtraction of significant figures, ang susundin natin is yung may less accurate. And for this one, both of them has a 1 decimal place. So the final answer should only have a 1 decimal place, which arrive with the answer of 6.7 times 10 raised to 6. Understood? Understood. Before we go to the multiplication and division of scientific notation, kindly review the rules for adding and subtracting integers with different signs on your math subject. This will be helpful when dealing with exponents in scientific notation operations. So kindly refer to the picture presented on your screen. Now, we will proceed to the multiplication of scientific notation. We will answer the practice exercise number 2. So, the first step for it is to multiply the coefficients together, which is written on this box. So, the coefficients are 8.6 times 5.33. And then the answer for it is 45.838. Then, the next step is to add the exponents together. The exponents are negative 15 plus 23. And then, like I said earlier, you need to review the topic for dealing with signs on your integers on your math subject. So, if you review it and remembered it, you know the answer will be 8. Then, we will arrive for our calculated answer. Our calculated answer will be 45.838 times 10 raised to 8 km squared. Ma'am, paano po naging km squared? Like I said, in the practice exercise for significant figures, for multiplication and division, you need to deal with the exponent of the unit. And for multiplication, you need to add it, especially when it have a same unit. And in this case, it have a same unit, which is kilometers. So, 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. That is why it is km squared. For final answer, we need to follow 2 rules. First, in scientific notation, the proper format for it is that it only need to have a 1 digit before the decimal point. But in the calculated answer, we see it has 2 digits. So what we will do? So the thing that we will do is to move the exponent. So, paano po mangyayari yon? So if we move the exponent, it could be 4.5. Okay? And then, ano ang mangyayari sa exponent natin na 8? Madadagdagan siya ng 1. Okay? Then, the other rule is we need to follow significant figure in our answer. And for multiplication, we need to follow the least number of significant figures. And in this case, it is 8.6 is equals to 2 significant figures. Since after 5, we have 8, we need to round up. So instead of 4.5, we have 4.6. And then our unit is km squared. And this is our final answer. Okay, klaro? Okay, let us proceed. For the last part of our review for today is the division of scientific notation. So listen, this is the last already. For number 3 practice exercise, the first step that we need to do is to divide its coefficients. And the coefficients are 9.26 over 5.33. And the answer is 1.737. And then afterwards, we subtract the exponent of the denominator from the exponent of the numerator. And for denominator, we have 3 minus negative 3 is equals to negative 6. Again, you need to recall your topics on dealing with the signs of an integer on your math subject in order for you to get why we arrive on this answer, which is negative 6. Okay? So for our calculated answer, we have 1.737 times 10 raised to negative 6 gram per ml. Paano po naging gram per ml, ma'am? Since, again, for multiplication and division, we had to do something with the unit for our answer. And for division, we need to divide it. In the case that we can't cancel or divide it, we just put a slash, okay? And then, for our final answer, again, we need to follow 2 rules with it. What are the 2 rules, ma'am? So, the first rule is the number or the digit before the decimal point must have 1 digit only. But in this case, it already has a 1 digit, so no need to do anything with it. But for the second rule for final answer, we need to express it in significant figure. So for division, like in multiplication, the least number of significant figures. And both of the given have 3 significant figures. So our final answer must have 3 significant figures, which is 1.74 times 10 raised to negative 6 gram per ml. So this is our final answer. Okay? So, nakasunod po ba? Nakuha? Klaro? And then that's it for today. That is all for our review on conversion, significant figures, and scientific notation. I hope everything is clear now and good luck on your exam. Thank you and mabuhay!